Hello again, everyone. This is Mr. Everett, and today's video is going to be a review of the do nows. You can use these to review for the order of operations quiz we're going to have next week. So I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. Put it on YouTube. You can stop it and pause it and go back. If you don't have your do nows with you, you can take your notebook home, or I'll attach this PowerPoint and you can print it out at home and do it. All right, so here we go. PEMDAS means order of operations. Again, that's the order in which we do our operations in math. Parentheses first, exponent second, multiplication, division, whichever you see first from left to right, addition and subtraction, whichever you see first from left to right. So on September 17th, we had these three or four problems. Number one says, what's the second operation to solve this? Well, if we look at PEMDAS, there are no parentheses. So we have exponents will be our first, and multiplication, division, whichever comes first from left to right. So if I look left to right, I see my division. So my division would be my second operation, not my multiplication. Next one says, what is the value of each expression? Show the steps to arrive at the answer. It's going to be very important on the test. Even if I give you a multiple choice question, I will ask you to show your steps. So here we have parentheses first. So inside parentheses, I'm going to do my exponents. So it's 16 minus 2 to the third power, which is 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So 16 minus 8 squared plus 6. I'm still not done with my parentheses, so I'm going to do my subtraction inside my parentheses. This gives me 8, and I have to take it to the power of 2. Plus 6. That gives me 64 plus 6 gives me 70. All right, let's do the next one. From the same day, September 20th. Again, even if I'm going to say it, but even though it's multiple choice, show me your work. So 2 times 3 is 6. 18 plus 6 gives me 24. That's my correct answer. So here I have exponents first. I have subtraction, addition, and multiplication. So my exponents are first, multiplication second, addition and subtraction, whichever I see first from left to right. So I'm going to do 2 to the fourth power first, or 2 to the power of 4, I'm sorry. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's going to be 4 times 4 gives me 16. So that's 16 minus 3 plus 2 times 5. Multiplication before addition and subtraction. So that's 16 minus 3 plus 2 times 5 is 10. I see subtraction first from left to right, so I do my subtraction first. So that gives me 13 plus 10, I get 23. Okay. All right, problem number 5 on September 17th. Again, my exponents are first. I'm going to do division first because that's the first one I see when I read from left to right. Then I'm going to multiply, then I'm going to add. So 3 to the third power. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 9 times 3 is 27. Notice I don't write this over here. I always write my work on the side. I don't want anything in here but the answer. So I didn't divide anything yet. All I did was my exponents. I didn't add anything. And I didn't multiply. So now I'm going to divide. 24 divided by 12 is 2, plus 27 times 3. Now I'm going to multiply. I didn't add yet. I believe that's 81. 27 times 3. Notice I come over to the side and do this. 6, 8, yes, it's 81, plus 3, plus 2 is 83. Okay? So some answers will be multiple choice, some will be open. Either way, you just show your work. All right, now to the do now for September 18th. What's the third operation? All right, so I have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition. I'm sorry, whichever comes first from left to right. Addition and subtraction, whichever I see first from left to right. So here I have parentheses. I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do my subtraction inside my parentheses. And then I'm going to, there are no exponents, so I'm going to divide next. And then I'm going to multiply. All right, so the answer I'll accept here would be third operation. Technically would be multiplication. Like I said, I might be a little confusing. I probably would have to accept division or multiplication depending on how you looked at it. So if you thought this is one operation, then you would do this first. So that's the first operation. The second operation would be 3 times 1 plus 6. So my third operation actually would be multiplication. So a third operation you would do to complete this would be multiplication. All right, what's the value of each expression? Show the steps to arrive. So we're going to do our parentheses here. I could have started over here, it doesn't really matter. 10 minus 5 is 5. I'm going to take it to the second power when I'm done. Then I'm going to inside, well, I'll just wait and do that first. All right. 5 squared, I could do it now, but we'll wait. I'm going to do my division first. So 9 minus 4, because 12 divided by 5 is 4. I'll wait. 5 squared plus 9 minus 5. 4 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Plus 5 gives me 30. All right, still on September 18th. We're going to do our parentheses first. Inside of our parentheses, we need to do our exponents. I'm not going to multiply anything yet. I'm not going to do this multiplication. I'm going to do my parentheses first. Then inside there, I'm going to do my multiplication first because multiplication comes before subtraction. I didn't multiply anything yet. 12 times 5 is 60 minus 49 plus 3. I'm still waiting because it says multiply anything inside here by 4, but I'm not done yet. So it's 4. 6 minus 49 is 11 plus 3. Now all I have left, I don't need that, is multiplication and addition. So multiplication first, 44 plus 3. 44 plus 3 is 47. Okay, next problem was the first problem. We're going to solve it now. Our first operation is subtraction. 4 minus 3. I didn't multiply. I didn't divide. I didn't add. Now again, my next operation will be division because it's multiplication division, whichever I see first from left to right. So I read from left to right, I see division first. So that's 3 times 1 plus 6. Multiplication is next. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 6. 3 times plus 6 is 9. Okay, I copied that twice. So let me pause. I believe this one is the 20th. Okay, I think this is the 20th. So we'll keep on going. All right, these problems, it's the same idea. You do parentheses first, exponent second, multiplication, division, whichever comes first from left to right, multiplication, division, whichever comes first from left to right. So if I start here, I'm going to do whatever inside here first, and then when I'm done, I'm going to raise it to the power of 2. So let's do what's inside first. So I have 30 minus 3 to the third power, which we know from the last problem is 27. Then when I'm done with that whole thing, I'm going to take it to the third power of 3. I'm not going to do this right now, even though I could. I'm going to wait. All I did was my parentheses, and I did my exponents for this one. Now I'm going to subtract so I can finish my parentheses. 30 minus 27 is 3. And now that I'm done, I get to raise it to the power of 3. 6 times 2 to the 4th power. Just did one at a time. Okay, so now I'm going to do this parentheses. I'm going to leave this alone for right now. And I need to do the parentheses, the exponents here. 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I think we said that was 16. So 6 times 16, I'll multiply that by 16, by 6, 36, 96. So I get 96 plus 3 to the 3rd power. And we said 3 to the 3rd power was 27. I'm going to add 27 here. 123. Okay, so that's problem number 1 on September 20th. Now, these problems here, my suggestion is you may get it right the first time. Then again, you might not. So let's go ahead and split this down the middle. We're going to try it one way over here. And I'm going to place my parentheses here. And then I'm going to try it over here. But I'm going to include 3 numbers and 2 operations in this one and see what I get. All right, so 13 minus 4 is 9 times 18 minus 22. 9 times 18 is 162 minus 62 minus 22 gives me 140. So because I got it right the first time, I don't need to do this one, because if I put my parentheses here, I get my answer 140. I think I copied this one twice. All right. And I got my days mixed up here. Let me see what I got. September 20th. Okay, this is, let me check that again. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is the quiz review. Order of operations. And I did this on September 20th. Okay, so same idea. You want to do everything inside of parentheses first, and then when we're done, I can square it. Same thing here. I do everything inside here first, and when I'm done, I raise to the power of 2. So in here, we want to do parentheses. We want to do our exponent, and then we're going to subtract. So I'm not subtracting yet. So 68 minus whatever 4 to the 3rd power is. And I believe we didn't do that one yet. 4 to the 3rd power is 4 times 4 times 4. And notice again, I don't do this stuff over here. I do it on the side. All right. So 4 to the 3rd power is 16 times 4, which is 64, I believe. So that's going to be 68 minus 64. And when I'm done, I'm going to raise to the power of 2. I'm going to wait and do this. 68 minus 64 is 4. Now I raise that to the power of 2, and then I'm going to do this. All right, let's go ahead and stick with order of operations. We're going to wait and do the exponents and do this first. So here I have 6 minus 4 plus 3. Remember, we do addition and subtraction, whichever one I see first from left to right. We're reading from left to right. I see subtraction first. So 6 minus 4 is 2 plus 3. not done yet. I'm going to square it in a second. 4 squared. 2 plus 3 is 5. I have to raise it to the second power. So that's 16 plus 25 gives me 41. Again, it's important you keep everything straight in line. If you have to do any calculations, do it on the side, back sheet of paper, somewhere else. All right, problem number 2. I messed up on problem number 3, so we're going to do problem number 2. Place parentheses in it to give you the given value. So I want to place my parentheses here, inside here somewhere, to get 39. Again, I'm going to use 2. It may take me 3. I may get it right the first time. All right, so let's go ahead and write down 2 of them now. Make sure I wrote my problem right. 10 squared, 10 plus 29 minus 3 divided by 12 plus 6 squared. 10 plus 29 minus 3 divided by 12 plus 6 squared. Okay, sounds right. So I'm going to start here. And I get 29 minus 3 divided by 12 plus 6 squared. I'm going to do my exponents next. 29 minus 3 divided by 12 plus 36. Now my next step is, well, I have to divide 3 divided by 12. Well, 3 divided by 12 is going to give me 1/4. There's no 1/4 in my answer, so I'm going to assume right now that this is not right. Okay, later on when we start doing subtraction or dividing by negatives and things like that, it'll be right, but for right now, we can assume it's not going to be the right answer. So I had it here and here last time. I'm going to move over and put it right here and see what I get. So I want to try and get rid of that 3 divided by 12, so I'm going to separate it with parentheses. So now I'm going to do my parentheses first. So 10 plus 29, again, is 39, minus 3, starting to look a little better already, divided by 12, plus 6 to the third power. 39 divided by 3 gives me 36, divided by 12, that looks good, because if I can do that next, I'll get 3, plus 6 to the third power, 6 squared, is 36. I'm sorry, I did 2 things at once. I don't want you to do it, so I'm not going to do it. 6 squared. So now my next operation is exponents. So 36 divided by 12 plus 36. Division, 3 plus 36 gives me 39. Okay. Sorry about the confusion there with the number of pages, but just practice the problems. I'll put a clean copy and correct copy on the portal. And if you need to print this out to do your work again, go right ahead. I'll see you in class.